Greetings, unsettled souls. Why do I look like this? And what the hell am I listening to? Here's a show update, friends. As you hear in the background, it's a band called Green Jelly. It used to be Green Jello. I had the pleasure of opening for them during the Pop Will Eat Itself show, my band Passing Time. Well, they came to my hometown, Canton, Ohio, and they remembered me. I got to hold the ladder for him during the mosh pit routine. This time he cast me as Fred Flintstone. They, I should say. Their manager. That means that you wear a Fred Flintstone helmet made out of foam so you're not hurt. But everybody in the crowd is pretty much encouraged to beat your ass for the entire hour and a half that you're there. And it's one of the most silly moments of fun that I've ever had in my life. And when I meet people, when I'm lucky like this, I like to bring it on air. I'll get to the important stuff in a minute. So I got to talk to them. Here's a funny story. On Twitter, I got into a debate with somebody once about whether or not God existed. And of course, those of you that know me know that I often prove that he does. Well, I didn't realize that it was the singer of the band that I was arguing with, who I had just opened for, until the conversation had progressed. He found it to be the most entertaining conversation that he'd ever had at 3:30 in the morning after a show. He kind of remembered that when I saw him today, and we talked about it. And I told him that when I was about 19 or so, I had a roommate. And for those of you that are old enough to remember cassette tapes, you used to be able to hit play and then set your timer to go off at a certain time. And when that time went off, it would trigger the whatever tape you had queued at, whatever time you had it queued at. And we used to have it wake us up to either Little Pig, Let Me In, or the silly song that you just heard, the Green Jello anthem. Well, he sang it to me in the parking lot of Buzzbin by himself and asked me what it was like to have him sing it to me all these years later in person. He hardly remembers our religious debate, but finds it to be something that he could imagine himself doing. They are hoping to release new material, believe it or not. And there are some rather big venues in Los Angeles that they're looking forward to playing. And every time he drives by it, he tells himself that he's never going to play there because the last time he said that about a place that was big, he got to play there. So that's my experience with Green Jello, and this is what you look like after you've had your ass beat for an hour and a half in a mosh pit. Now, for everybody that doesn't care about heavy metal joke bands, they are fun. They really are. You guys are missing life if you don't know how to laugh. And their guitar player doesn't really suck. He's not Steve Vai, but young blood knows what he's doing. Anyway, I got to be Fred Flintstone, and none of you care because you want to know what the show is. Why did I quit? Did I quit? Where did I go? And why am I not doing as many videos? Friends, I don't really own the gear to do the kind of show that I want to do. And I unfortunately don't have any luck getting any people to donate to the show because you mofos are as broke as I am. However, a lot of you have missed it. So I've given you the Fukushima updates. I gave you the silly, it's as silly as Green Jelly, the April Fool's show where I do all the fun characters. Well, something kind of big might be happening. And it involves me in a role where I do my video work, but it's not the correct views. It's for someone else. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I have reason to believe that it is. I'm not stopping the correct views. I hate this camera, but I'll be keeping it going because a lot of you really like it. And the more oddball, strange things that I do will be on the correct views. things that may not fit the format of the other place that I will be soon broadcasting from. Those stories that I know are important but that don't necessarily fit in with what they are doing, those will be part of the correct views. Things are sort of going through a transitional period right now, and here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you're watching this, then I need to know how many times you want to see the correct views. No, not when I come home all sweaty after jumping around in a mosh pit in the puppet costume, but when I'm being serious. When I'm talking about the issues that matter. I'll do as many of those shows as you want. You text me, like you guys have the number to watch. Leave comments. Email me at thecorrectviews@hotmail.com. Let me know that you care about the correct views, and I'll keep it coming. The more you let me know you want to see them, the more that I will do them. I'm a little loco in the essay, but I'm not quite crazy enough yet to speak to myself into a camera, and no one's going to listen. So if you want me to keep doing them, I promise you that I shall. And to keep an eye out, because I will be popping up in places that you may not expect to see me at. It might be a little bit more formal than the correct views, but don't worry, I'll keep the lunacy here on my channel. I just need to know how many of you care. Let me know. Good night, friends. God bless. And of course, green jelly sucks.